Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy and today we're doing another brew review episode. If you're new to the channel, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do, so let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? So we're here yet again, and several more times going to revisit Real Ale Brewing Company. Today is going to be the Crispy Business Lager Beer, coming in at 45, wow, and it's in that can, 4.5% alcohol by volume. I swear this is my first one for the day. I'm kind of distracted. It's like fuzzy. Some of these printings, I wonder how they do this. How do they put the printing on here? Anywho, let's see. Just government warning stuff there. Blanco, Texas, which is north San Antonio. And yeah, well, there's not much else on here. So Real Ale Brewing Company, Crispy Business. So if you're new to the channel, Mr. Randy does his brew reviews, are basically a one and done, if you will. Yeah, got like a pale lager. Sit you down. Nice and bubbly. It's got a good head on it. Got a good head on it. Yeah, it's going to dissipate here in just a moment once all that, what is it called? Diffraction or something. Anyway, no science today, okay? No science. Let's just have an enjoyment. So let's go ahead and get it on the nose. That very interesting for a lager. I've been having a lot of IPAs lately. Gotta be fair. Gotta like keep the variety going. It's a pretty nice nosing. I mean, you really gotta get in there. It's very interesting. Okay, so let's get on the palate. Real Ale Brewing Company, Crispy Business. Interesting names, but sometimes they don't. There's nothing behind it. There's no like little blurb or something. As an author, I would have to. Also, being in marketing and advertising, man, I would have a heyday with stuff like this. I like that sort of like retro-esque, like weird 80s, like it's like a different types of things going on here. That 80s vibe. Okay, so this is year-round option. Helles style German Pilsner, Kalista hops. It has an IBU rating of 26. Let me get one more on here. It's actually a pretty good lager. There's a caveat, and I'll get to that in just a moment. For all of my calorie counting, carb conscious connoisseurs, this is rocking 180 carbs with 2.5 carbs. 180 calories with 2.5 carbs per 12 ounces. Yes, it's a 12 ounce can. I don't know why you had to write that down. Mr. Randy paid $2.55 out the door for this 4.5. This is 45% alcohol in the can. It's a whopper. Interesting back end. Hold on, one more. I got just to make sure. I got to make sure on this one. It's just bubbles. I thought I saw something floating around in there. Something is floating around. The bubbles are floating around. Here, have some. That's a pretty decent lager, isn't it? So what were we talking about earlier? The back end has a weird dryness But here's the thing, the really weird part about it is the dryness turns into something relatively unique. There's creaminess on the sides, of course. That dryness comes in right after the whole palating sort of dies down a little bit. But that dry back end, as I keep working it, turns into a different flavoring. And that's very interesting. Maybe it's happened before and I've just never noticed it because I haven't been as tuned in to all these things that I've been doing with the channel. Becoming a connoisseur of libations of sorts. Okay. So there's only a very slight little bit of dryness on the back end, but it's not bad. It's not offensive. It's not making me worry about it too much either. It's acceptable. And as I said, once that dryness settles in, it sort of transforms into this, I can't really put a finger on it at the moment. But it's kind of I think that's a new sensation. I think that's never really happened before. So, Real Ale Brewing Company, they've got a cornucopia of options. Now, I know that because this is a Texas craft brew, and it probably doesn't make it far out of Texas. I also understand that many places up in the Northeast, sometimes even in the Midwest, they have these distilleries that do craft brews, and they're pretty crafty and what's the word I'm looking for? Innovative? No, creative. They're pretty creative with the things. Like, you could have just called this a Real Ale Brewing Company decent lager, but crispy business, without telling me what what the heck does that mean. There's no blurb on the can, nothing I could find on the website, at least I don't remember when I wrote all my notes. Oh yeah, so it's just kind of that 80s retro vibe. I remember the 80s. I remember the 90s too. I like the 90s better. Better movies, better music. Everything we got from the 90s was built off of what we did in the 80s. So consider the 80s is where we experienced all the great stuff in the world, or at least in our area. And then we took that and we built even better stuff for the 90s. There's going to be a lot of debate about that, but that's my opinion on it. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing like the 80s vibes, but there's just so much better stuff that came out in the 90s. So want to fight about it? Let's fight about it. But anyways, hit that thumbs up button if you liked the video. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Lots more content. Lots more Real Ale Brew content. Plenty of that. So let's put a score on it. Ooh. It's got a good carb count. ABV is about as mid as low can be. It's low. That's like the lowest of the standard. I don't think I've seen anything lower than a 4%. $2.55 out the door for the single can. If you bought them in multiples, you'd probably pay less. Price is okay. ABV is just fine. Carb count's really great. It's got a very nice, good, crisp lager with a decent enough finish. That dryness is probably the only thing I would ding it on, but I'll ding it lightly. How about that? So let's put a score on it, shall we? Let's put a score on it, shall we? My score, shoot from the hip. Strong 3 out of 5. Strong 3 out of 5. I do believe if that little bit of dryness, like I said, it's not too uncomfortable, it's not too overbearing, but it's there. If you pair this with a food or something like that, it'd probably push it to a weak 4 out of 5. Other than that, I like it. So my fair price, I'll probably leave it alone. Would I buy this again? Probably not. There's so many more offerings and expressions left in the Real Ale Brewing. So always more to try, so that's how we do it. Every time we do something, we do it new. We do something new. try a new one, a different one. There it is. Anywho, in the comment section, I'd love to know where you're at. What are you currently drinking? What's going on in the world of libations around you? Have you seen, if you're outside of Texas, have you ever seen these Real Ale Brewing Company, just for the heck of it, kind of things they got going on with these craft beer? Let's talk about it. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one. I'm gonna have a good one.